Good morning, my dear students. So, we were continuing the chapter Economic Importance of Bacteria and Fungi. So, today we will be completing this chapter because only a few part, that is economic importance of fungi, this part is left. I already have discussed economic importance of bacteria and we have already completed the question answers as well. Okay. So, today we will be studying the remaining rest part of the chapter, that is economic importance of bacteria and fungi. Here we will be studying economic importance of fungi. Okay. So, open your book Science Biology class 9 ICSE. We will be continuing after that. Please open page number 91. Okay, please open page number 91. So, here we will be finding that economic importance of yeast. We will be continuing from economic importance of yeast. The greatest importance of yeast to mankind is through the property of alcoholic fermentation. The alcohol or the ethanol produced is of great commercial importance. When produced for beverage, the quality of alcohol varies with the material fermented but also with the kind of yeast employed. So, if anyone is asking you what is the function or the economical importance of yeast, the main economical importance of yeast is like we use it for alcoholic fermentation. So whatever alcoholic beverages you find across, it is fermented from yeast. Okay, and not only that, we also use yeast over where in the bread or in the cakes to make it fluffy, right? We use yeast there. Useful and harmful fungi. So we will be continuing with what are the useful and harmful fungi. Useful fungi, several species of penicillium are used in process of flavoring cheese. One of its species, Penicillium chrysogenum, is most notable as the source of first wonder drug, penicillin, discovered by Alexander Fleming. Harmful fungi, most of the fungi are harmful. They spoil food, many cause damage to forest trees. Penicillium and Aspergillus are two common molds popularly called blue and green mold respectively. So what is a green mold? Green mold is Aspergillus and Penicillium is the blue mold. Okay. They grow on oranges, lemons and other citrus fruit. There are some fungi that cause disease such as ringworm. So we are very common with ringworm. Where it is caused in our body itself. Okay, we are very common with this particular ringworm problem. Next time you happen to see a greenish fungus growing on the outer skin of the overripe or rotting oranges or lemon, be assured that it is some species of Penicillium. But certainly do not under the impression that it is it can be used as penicillin. So whenever you will be finding a particularly blue kind of blue kind of fungi, okay, it is definitely for penicillium, but it is not that it can be used as penicillium or penicil. Okay. Useful role of fungi. What are the useful role of fungi? Antibiotics. An antibiotic is a chemical substance produced by a living microorganisms which can stop the growth of or kill other microorganisms. The first antibiotic was penicillin, produced by a mold. You have read about it earlier. To refresh your knowledge, some about the antibiotics. So what are the antibiotics? See, certain for a good antibiotic or the criteria for a good antibiotic, it should be able to kill a variety of diseases producing microorganisms. That it should be a broad spectrum, that is, it will not work only on a particular range, but it will work on a very broad classification of diseases or range. Okay. It should not produce undesirable side effects. It should not kill normal bacteria of the host, because many bacteria are useful for us as well. Other uses of antibiotics as food preservatives, especially for fresh meats and fish, for treating animal feed, for controlling plant pathogens. Now we will be studying about fungi, the role in industry, or what are the functions or criteria of the fungi that we use in our particular industry. Okay. Fungi have a very extensive use in industry. Here we talk about a large number of practices that are quite old and traditional, and some that are rather recent. Wine and alcoholic beverages. So I guess all of you have heard of the name wine, right? Wine and other alcoholic beverages like beer are the products of the process called fermentation. What is fermentation? Fermentation is a process in which the microorganisms, that is yeast and bacteria, break down carbohydrates into simpler products, that is ethanol or lactic acid, in the absence of oxygen. Please underline in the absence of oxygen, and please mark this particular box of page number 92, fermentation, because questions directly come, what is fermentation? Okay. The source used for making wine is grape, and for beer it is barley maltose, and the microorganism employed is yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The biochemical reaction it as follows, that is glucose breakdowns to ethanol and carbon dioxide. Okay. Grapes are cast and fermented in large vessels. Yeast cells, either naturally present on the grapes or added, carry out the process. Ethanol or ethyl alcohol is produced at a concentration of about 12%, and this concentration starts killing yeast cell. What is left is wine. So, how is wine manufactured? This entire part you need to write. Spirits such as whiskey and gin have a much higher alcohol content, are obtained by distillation of the fermented mixture. So, when these things are again distilled or it is distilled, we get the particular spirits such as whiskey and gin. Wines contain variable amount of water, alcohol, carbon dioxide, sugar, and a few other substances. What are the characteristics of wine? Wine is quickly absorbed into the body. It is in very mild quantities it may be a stimulant, but when consumed in a large quantity it is harmful in many ways. What is stimulant? Stimulant means it gives energy. Okay, but that is only in a very less quantity and not in a high quantity. Alcoholics may develop body alignments, particularly liver cirrhosis or cirrhosis, or it may be defined as the rotten of liver. Okay. Now baking. What is baking? Baking means to prepare cake and breads. Okay. In baking, a mixture of flour, that is atta or maida, some fat, salt and water is required to make the dough. The starch of the flour get converted into sugar. When yeast is added, it ferments the sugar and produces carbon dioxide, and the dough rises or the leavening to about 3 times its original volume. When the dough is baked, the gas bubble expand and gives the bread a light spongy texture. How it is happening in bread or in dough? See, we have already seen that this particular yeast, when react, it forms ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, right? Now what happens? See, my dear student, whenever we are mixing yeast in the atta or maida or in the dough, and when we are heating it, what happens? This yeast is transformed to lactic acid or ethanol and to carbon dioxide. Now these carbon dioxide tends to remove from the particular dough material. When it try to remove, okay, when it try to remove from this dough material, it escapes, and when it escapes, it forms a hole in the particular mixture, which gives a spongy or a softy structure. Clear? Now see, cheese. Cheese is a valuable food with a high quantities of fat and proteins, along with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin A and some quantities of vitamin B. People have been eating cheese for centuries. It has been made from milk. The manufacture of cheese includes the following major steps. What are they? Now these steps you need to remember. First is curdling of milk. Here we use lactic acid bacteria or lactobacillus. Curd produced separated from the whey, liquid remain after curdling. Curd is processed to remove moisture. At this stage it is called cottage cheese, or what we call it as chana. Okay. Now salting. This further removes moisture and prevent growth of undesirable microorganisms. The last point is ripening. The curd is kept at suitable temperature and humidity. The microorganisms added along with lactic acid bacteria at step 1 impart particular flavor to the cheese. Clear? Now mushroom cultivation. What do you understand by mushroom cultivation? See, mushrooms you can find in during rainy season in your rooftop as well. Okay, but that doesn't mean that mushroom you can eat, because mushrooms are generally poisonous in nature and only very few mushrooms can be eaten. Okay, Mushrooms are of various shapes and sizes. Many have a cap and a stalk, but in some varieties the stalk is absent. There are a large number of mushroom species which grow wild in nature. Not all mushrooms are edible, that is exactly what I am telling. There are a large number of mushroom species which grow wild in nature. Not all mushrooms are edible. The edible ones have been eaten by humans since ancient times. Now underline this one. Agaricus bipodus is the most common edible mushroom eaten practically all over the world. At present, three kinds of mushrooms are widely cultivated in India and abroad. What are they? Number one is white button mushroom, number two paddy straw mushroom, and number three is oyster mushroom. Mushroom cultivation is done indoor and hence little land area is required. Mushrooms can be grown on substrates or compost based on various agricultural waste which in turn are recycled. Okay. White button mushrooms is a most popular variety grown in India. Its cultivation involves 5 major steps. So white button mushrooms need 5 particularly steps for cultivation. What are they? Number 1 is composting, number 2 spawning, number 3 casing, number 4 cropping and harvesting, and number 5 is preservation. We will be learning about this in details. Composting. The compost is prepared by mixing the following in certain proportions: wheat or paddy straw, chicken manure, some organic and inorganic fertilizer. The compost is kept at about 50 degrees centigrade for about 1 week. This forms the compost. Now spawning, that is the mushroom seeds. Spawning means to throw or to sow the seeds. Okay. Mushroom seeds consisting of mycelium of the selected type of mushroom is introduced into the compost and allowed to spread for a couple of days. Casing. A thin layer of soil is spread over the compost. This is very important step because it gives support to the mushroom, provides humidity, prevents quick drying of the compost, helps to regulate temperature. Clear? Now cropping and harvesting. The growth occurs in 3 principal stages. What are that? Mycelium, a network of fibrous mass, grows within 2 to 6 weeks. The first point is a mass will get grown over, a network of mass will grow over inside the soil. It is in 2 to 3 weeks. Tiny pinheads, very small pinheads will come out from the particular, if this is a layer of the soil, from the layer of the soil particularly small pinheads will come out. Button stage, which grows bigger, attaining marketable size. The full grown mushrooms are taken out. What are the preservation? Mushrooms are highly perishable. Their shelf life is increased by a variety of processes. Vacuum cooling, giving gamma radiation and storing at 15 degrees centigrade. Freeze drying, that is sublimation of ice from frozen mushroom at a reduced pressure in a soluble of citric acid, ascorbic acid and brine solution. Okay, these are the preservation technique which are followed. Now what are the nutritive value of mushroom? Mushrooms are excellent source of vitamins and minerals. They contain a good amount of niacin, pantothenic acid and biotin. The vitamins in mushrooms are well retained during cooking, canning and dehydration. Fresh mushrooms contains about 85 to 95% moisture, 3% protein, 4% carbohydrate, 0.3 to 0.4% of fat and 1% of minerals and vitamins. So please underline this composition or the nutritional value of mushrooms. These generally questions do not come like that, but if it comes, you are going to write this one. Okay. Never try eating mushrooms from the field. They may be poisonous and even fatal. Buy them only from a reliable shop which obtain their supplies from a mushroom farm. So this particularly completes your chapter economic importance of bacteria and fungi. I hope the chapter is clear. Also I know many of you have asked me certain queries regarding the chapter. So if you have any queries regarding the chapter, please ask me, feel free to ask me. I will be definitely giving you answers. But otherwise go through it. Also the question answers that I am sharing in the classes, you please go through it. We will be following in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, take care of yourself, take care of your family, study well, study hard because your exams are going to come. It is in the September month itself. Okay, I don't know exactly the date, but this is in the September month itself, so you need to study hard. Okay, we will be meeting in the next class with a new chapter. Take care, goodbye, thank you.